Kyambogo University invites the student community and general public to watch the live broadcast of the Kyambogo University Guild debate scheduled for 1st May 2026, bringing together candidates vying for Guild President. The candidates will present their ideas, priorities, and vision for the university community. Catch the debate live on NTV from 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. and follow updates across our social media platforms as students engage on key issues shaping their leadership. Stay tuned and be part of the conversation. Do not miss it.
Everyone knows me as Zari, the boss lady. Often people wonder how I take good care of my baby. There's only one answer: soft care. I trust soft care. It leaves her comfortable, keeps her happy and free all day. Soft care is made from natural cotton, newly developed triple-layered absorbent system.
Kyambogo University, get ready for the ultimate showdown of ideas, visions and solutions. The Kyambogo University Guild Debate 2026. Watch your future leaders as they tackle matters that matter the most. Who deserves your vote? Who has you at heart? Who has the vision and the plan? Don't miss on the 1st of May 2026 from 10 p.m. to midnight. Live on NTV, on Kyambogo University YouTube channel and social media handles, or follow the conversation with the hashtag Kyambogo Guild Debate 26. Your voice, your future, your decision. Kyambogo University Presidential Election Debate 2026. Watch and decide. Kyambogo University, knowledge and skills for service. Kyambogo University, get ready for the ultimate showdown of ideas, visions and solutions. The Kyambogo University Guild Debate 2026. Watch your future leaders as they tackle matters that matter the most. Who deserves your vote? Who has you at heart? Who has the vision and the plan? Don't miss on the 1st of May 2026 from 10 p.m. to midnight. Live on NTV, on Kyambogo University YouTube channel and social media handles, or follow the conversation with the hashtag Kyambogo Guild Debate 26. Your voice, your future, your decision. Kyambogo University Presidential Election Debate 2026. Watch and decide. Kyambogo University, knowledge and skills for service. Kyambogo University, get ready for the ultimate showdown of ideas, visions and solutions. The Kyambogo University Guild Debate 2026. Watch your future leaders as they tackle matters that matter the most. Who deserves your vote? Who has you at heart? Who has the vision and the plan? Don't miss on the 1st of May 2026 from 10 p.m. to midnight. Live on NTV, on Kyambogo University YouTube channel and social media handles, or follow the conversation with the hashtag Kyambogo Guild Debate 26. Your voice, your future, your decision. Kyambogo University Presidential Election Debate 2026. Watch and decide. Kyambogo University, knowledge and skills for service. Kyambogo University, get ready for the ultimate showdown of ideas, visions and solutions. The Kyambogo University Guild Debate 2026. Watch your future leaders as they tackle matters that matter the most. Who deserves your vote? Who has you at heart? Who has the vision and the plan? Don't miss on the 1st of May 2026 from 10 p.m. to midnight. Live on NTV, on Kyambogo University YouTube channel and social media handles, or follow the conversation with the hashtag Kyambogo Guild Debate 26. Your voice, your future, your decision. Kyambogo University Presidential Election Debate 2026. Watch and decide. Kyambogo University, knowledge and skills for service. Kyambogo University, get ready for the ultimate showdown of ideas, visions and solutions. The Kyambogo University Guild Debate 2026. Watch your future leaders as they tackle matters that matter the most. Who deserves your vote? Who has you at heart? Who has the vision and the plan? Don't miss on the 1st of May 2026 from 10 p.m. to midnight. Live on NTV, on Kyambogo University YouTube channel and social media handles, or follow the conversation with the hashtag Kyambogo Guild Debate 26. Your voice, your future, your decision. Kyambogo University Presidential Election Debate 2026. Watch and decide. Kyambogo University, knowledge and skills for service. Kyambogo University. Get ready for the ultimate showdown of ideas, visions, and solutions. The Kyambogo University Guild Debate 2026. Watch your future leaders as they tackle matters that matter the most. Who deserves your vote? Who has you at heart? Who has the vision and the plan? Don't miss on the 1st of May 2026 from 10 p.m. to midnight. Live on NTV, on Kyambogo University YouTube channel and social media handles, or follow the conversation with the hashtag Kyambogo Guild Debate 26. Your voice, your future, your decision. Kyambogo University Presidential Election Debate 2026. Watch and decide. Kyambogo University. Knowledge and skills for service. Kyambogo University. Get ready for the ultimate showdown of ideas, visions, and solutions. The Kyambogo University Guild Debate 2026. Watch your future leaders as they tackle matters that matter the most. Who deserves your vote? Who has you at heart? Who has the vision and the plan? Don't miss on the 1st of May 2026 from 10 p.m. to midnight. Live on NTV, on Kyambogo University YouTube channel and social media handles, or follow the conversation with the hashtag Kyambogo Guild Debate 26. Your voice, your future, your decision. Kyambogo University Presidential Election Debate 2026. Watch and decide. Kyambogo University. Knowledge and skills for service. Kyambogo University. Get ready for the ultimate showdown of ideas, visions, and solutions. The Kyambogo University Guild Debate 2026. Watch your future leaders as they tackle matters that matter the most. Who deserves your vote? Who has you at heart? Who has the vision and the plan? Don't miss on the 1st of May 2026 from 10 p.m. to midnight. Live on NTV, on Kyambogo University YouTube channel and social media handles, or follow the conversation with the hashtag Kyambogo Guild Debate 26. Your voice, your future, your decision. Kyambogo University Presidential Election Debate 2026. Watch and decide. Kyambogo University. Knowledge and skills for service. Kyambogo University. Get ready for the ultimate showdown of ideas, visions, and solutions. The Kyambogo University Guild Debate 2026. Watch your future leaders as they tackle matters that matter the most. Who deserves your vote? Who has you at heart? Who has the vision and the plan? Don't miss on the 1st of May 2026 from 10 p.m. to midnight. Live on NTV, on Kyambogo University YouTube channel and social media handles, or follow the conversation with the hashtag Kyambogo Guild Debate 26. Your voice, your future, your decision. Kyambogo University Presidential Election Debate 2026. Watch and decide. Kyambogo University. Knowledge and skills for service. Kyambogo University. Get ready for the ultimate showdown of ideas.
National Labor Day. We are here coming to you live from the Kampala Serena Conference Center, and we are at the NTV Uganda studios. And this evening, we are privileged to host very important people in this country, very important citizens in the studios today. So today, we are currently hosting the Kyambogo University Guild Presidential Debate. Now, this debate is the 22nd Guild Debate that will be ushering in the 22nd Guild House. It's very important to note that with us in the house, we have a number of students and we have the contenders. 6 of them are present tonight, and they will be here, and they're expected to give clear and concise as well as honest responses to those that they intend to serve. It's also very important to note that in the house today, we would like to recognize the Dean of Students, and that is Madame Bridget Mugume. We also like to recognize the EC chairperson for Kyambogo University ahead of this election that will take place on 8th of May, and this is Brian Atime. Also important to note is we have in the house His Excellency Andama Emmanuel, and this is the 21st Guild President, the current one who is going to be handing over power to the next Guild President. Now, this night is a defining moment to the candidates that are here in the house. We have 6 of them, and they are ready, prepared to answer those questions that the students have for them, that the students have been asking all through. Yesterday, we had a manifesto launch at the university, and I happened to be there. It was a beehive of activity. A lot of activity was there, different camps. And trust me, believe me, in the house today, it's fair and balanced. We have different representatives from different camps, and they will also be able to ask a number of questions to the contenders. But I'm not alone tonight. in the house, I'm with my co-host, and this is Joram Paul Sonko. Good evening, Joram. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. You look brilliant and bright.
Good evening, Betty. Moments like this do come once every academic year from the side of university students. And hey, if you've been through university, you would remember all the times you've gone through to vote for your next guild government or for your next guild president. For the Kyambogo students, next week will be a deciding moment. So we are building the momentum here in the house, and we are going to be having a debate where they will be sharing their ideas. And hey, it will also be an opportunity for the students to choose and make a final decision on who deserves to be their guild president. Now, Betty, and the candidates in the house, plus the various camps of the various candidates, allow me to also break down the house rules as well for the viewer who is joining us this very evening to understand more about the Kyambogo University elections, but most importantly, this presidential debate where candidates will be sharing and doing a crossfire of arguments and purpose. Now, with the house rules, I will start off with the opening remarks from each candidate. Each candidate will be given a minute to open their remarks, but beyond that, we shall have 4 rounds, and each round will have a candidate answer one question with 4 minutes. A 4 minutes answer, and that is for each candidate. So each round will have a question for one candidate, and then we shall have a break after the second round, of which after that break we shall be getting into the third round and fourth round. Now, the most interesting bit about the fourth round is that it will also have an audience interaction. So we shall be having a rapid quick fire here from the audience themselves. We do have quite a number of people in here, and we shall be able to have a look at them. Betty.
On this 1st of May, we also trace back to famous words once said by a great African leader, and this is Kwame Nkrumah. He said that leadership is not about being in charge, it's about caring about those in your charge. So tonight we shall have these leaders tell us, are they ready enough to take care of those that are going to be in your charge, or they just want to be in charge? This is going to be a defining moment for the students and also for the leaders that are seeking the biggest position, the biggest office among the students' body in Kyambogo University. It's very important to note that we have 6 candidates tonight, and we'd like to take a deeper look. Who are they? What do they stand for? What are their slogans? And what do they represent? Let's take it away with their profiles. First, a third-year student of Civil and Building Engineering, driven by reform and structural excellence, Agaba Edward, whose vision is captured in the words, sanitizing the system. Next, a second-year student of Human Nutrition and Dietetics, committed to representation and student empowerment, Edigo Gregory Michael, standing on a vision of power back to the students. Now, a second-year student of Geographical and Earth Observation Systems, focused on unity and collective progress, Nuahereza Sharon, guided by the message, uniting voices, creating change. Next, a second-year Bachelor of Arts with Education student, advocating for awareness and open dialogue, Okelo James, with a call to break the silence. Next, a second-year Bachelor of Arts with Education student, bringing forward innovation and practical solutions, Sendawulia Adrian, driven by the vision, revolution of solutions. Finally, a second-year student of Biological Sciences with Education, standing for inclusivity and shared leadership, Ibanda Faika, whose message is clear: nothing about Kyambogo without us. And there you have it, a deep insight in each candidate's profile. Now, tonight, we'd also like to know, what do they stand for? What do they intend to serve the people, the students of Kyambogo? What are their manifestos? What do they look like? What do they entail? I would like to give each candidate 3 minutes at this particular time to give us a feel and to give us details of what they stand for and what they seek to serve the people of Kyambogo come the next term. At this particular time, I'd like to start with Agaba Edward. Agaba Edward,
yes, please.
You seek to serve the students of Kyambogo, the students' body, and the entire fraternity of Kyambogo. Would like to understand briefly in 3 minutes, what does your manifesto stand for?
Moderators, fellow presidential candidates, the audience, viewers, and students of Kyambogo University, a very good evening. My name is Edward Agaba. I am a third-year student at Kyambogo University, pursuing my bachelor's degree in civil and building engineering and aspiring for guild president. I want to open up by appreciating the students, like the moderator has noted. Yesterday we launched our manifesto. And while talking to our supporters, we called it not just a manifesto launch, but a march of hope. And we said we're going to have 1,000 students march with us to launch our manifesto. And so it happened yesterday. That doesn't mean we are loved so much, but it means that the students have so much bought our message that we stand for. We have a 13-point agenda in our manifesto, and it is anchored on 3 major pillars. Number 1 being about the students' welfare. We are looking at the general welfare of the students, the day-to-day living of the students. We are looking at how our students are surviving, the many students that sleep on empty stomachs. We are looking at how do we tackle such a serious issue and how do we improve that. We are looking at point number 2 being about academics, which is the noble and cardinal reason as to why we come to school. And what are we assessing? We are assessing majorly what does affect our academics, and we are looking at that as a serious issue because this is why we come to school. We are looking at our tuition policy that we have complained about and about for so long, but it hasn't changed. And we are saying we have hope and we cannot give up. We only need to press on. We are looking at Kyambogo University is an institution of higher learning. And definitely, you cannot talk about an institution of higher learning and you exclude research out of it. But we belong to a university where you must go to certain spots to be able to access internet. We are saying this affects our academics. Yet, we pay a functional fee. And in the components of the functional fees that we pay, there is money allocated to the ICT services where Wi-Fi is supposed to fall. Number 3 is about our student leadership, which is why we are here this evening. And what are we capturing? A few weeks ago, we were slapped with a new constitution, and one of the components of the constitution that we have running and the very constitution that is guiding this election is that we are barred from partisan politics. This is not a simple issue that we need to just romance and massage. Kyambogo University, like I've said, is an institution of higher learning, and it is not just supposed to focus on students going to class and that. It is an institution that is largely supposed to focus on producing complete human beings, well-made in knowledge and character.
All right. Candidate Edward Agaba, your time is up. 3 minutes for each candidate to give their opening remarks. That is speaking about their manifestos. Next up is candidate Michael Gregory Edigu. What do you have for the students of Kyambogo?
Audience and audience also following us online.
Warm greetings. I'm Gregory Michael Edigu, I'm a student at Kyambogo University, pursuing a Bachelor's of Science in Human Nutrition and Dietetics. I'm in my third year of 4 years. My manifesto title is Power Back to the Students. This is a manifesto for the students, by the students, and this is its breakdown. Our talking points include: 1, the tuition policy. For a student at Kyambogo University to sit for their examination papers, they are required to have paid 100% of their tuition. That is clearance to zero balance. And if they don't clear it within a space of 8 weeks, they also have to pay 50,000, which is surcharge. This policy is quite regressive for us, the students. It is quite unfair, it is oppressive, and it is suppressive. We therefore want to demand for a tuition policy that accepts students who pay more than 50% of their tuition, that is 60, 70, 80, 90, to access examination papers proportionate to the amount of tuition that they have paid. If I have paid 70% of my tuition, I should sit 70% of my examination papers. My second talking point is students' hunger. Now, research being carried out here within the universities of Uganda has showed that 45% to 65% of students in universities actually have a single meal a day. That is quite unfair for the student. Imagine having to study on an empty stomach. While other universities are seeking memorandums of understanding with NGOs, with organizations, to give their students monthly snippets of cash and dry rations of food, we find ourselves at a university where we don't seek for such memorandums of understanding. My third talking point is internship and employment opportunities. Universities elsewhere are seeking for memorandums of understanding with local industries and partnering with them so that their students get a chance to go for internship placements and eventually maybe get a job opportunity. This has been done at Makerere, reference to the University of Nairobi, but our university is not going for such memorandums of understanding. My fourth talking point is the associations or clubs at the university. These associations or clubs, which are student-led entirely, lack funding from the university. But, trust me, this is where skilling and innovation takes place for all students ultimately at the university, because these are the course associations which are affiliated directly to your professional development. And therefore, we need the university to stand in and give a little bit of funding to these clubs or associations. My fifth talking point is the academic excellence.
Candidate Michael Gregory Edigu, your time is up. Okay. Thank you for your submission.
And now we move to Sharon Wahereza, the only female candidate on this panel tonight. What do you stand for when it comes to this particular election?
Thank you so much, dear moderators, the audience of today, my fellow Guild President aspirants, and to the people watching us today. We greet you all in the name of the Almighty God. I'm Sharon Wahereza, a second-year student at Kyambogo University, pursuing a bachelor's degree in Geographical and Earth Observation Systems. And my slogan, or our slogan as Team Sharon, is Uniting Voices, Creating Change, whereby in that slogan we quote the words unity, whereby unity brings us all together in the university, and not only in the university, but in the society we are living in. Unity helps in bringing inclusivity in the university. That is one of the points where I derived my slogan from. And uniting voices, of course, uniting voices, you have to have a one-on-one conversation with the students, because you're going to be their representative. You have to know what is bothering them as students. And after hearing out that, what do we do? After hearing out all the issues and concerns rising from our dear fellow students, that is where the point of creating change comes in. So after hearing all those concerns and given power by the students, we're going to make sure we create change, and that is why we derived the slogan of Uniting Voices, Creating Change. And one of the points in my manifesto is student welfare, protection, and improvement. The welfare, here comes the sanitation of Kyambogo University. As we all know, it is really lagging behind. And again, apart from sanitation, the health is really off, where by the times you go at the medical center, the only thing you will receive is just checkup. When they check you up, they tell you go and look for medication outside the university, whereby in our functional fees, we pay for health service. Again, academic transparency and system efficiency. In academic transparency, we have seen rising cases of students missing marks, whereby even I myself, I was part of that, I was affected by that, whereby I reached in my year 2 without marks of year 1. And in the policies, the academic policy, we have a policy that shows about central marking, whereby the teachers or the lecturers are supposed to present or assess student marks 4 weeks to the start of the semester. And again, system efficiency, we've seen the system failures in the university. Even by the time when we are clearing tuition, you reach the time the money cannot reflect on your portal, whereby it has affected us. Sometimes you face the repercussions of surcharge because of the system. Sometimes, even right now, before the elections, students were facing a problem of retakes. You find someone has 80, 70, but has retakes. Why? Because of system failure. Again, we have inclusive infrastructure and disability equity. As Kyambogo University, we have the policy of disability, whereby it talks about inclusivity, whereby the disability, the people with disabilities are included in Kyambogo University. They are also part and members of the university. And if you're to look around Kyambogo University, the infrastructures around, they have not favored them.
Candidate Sharon Noerza, your time is up.
Thank you.
Up next is candidate James Okello. James.
Oh yes, good evening, my dear viewers who are watching us from whichever places you are, those within Uganda, those from outside, but most especially those students who are following us online. We appreciate you. I send you greetings. My name is Okello James, a second-year student pursuing a bachelor's degree of arts with education. This evening, we are here as students of Kyambogo University. And before I go any further to talk about the issues of Kyambogo University, I would like to appreciate my dear students, my dear brothers and sisters who have stepped out, who have showed themselves as bold candidates to lead and to represent the students of Kyambogo University. I would also like to recognize all the leaders who have been in the guild house in the university since it came into existence. But in a particular way, I would like to recognize one of the students who has been a guild president, that is Comrade Akiso Benjamin. He is one of the students who has been a leader, but we remember we lost him on the way after trying to stand out for the students who have been oppressed by different things. We say that it's okay, we are together with you. And as students, we stand together in solidarity and in unity. And therefore, as students of Kyambogo University, we are here to say that we are standing out to break the silence. And that is the core mission of the students. And as a candidate, that is the core value of our manifesto, that we are coming out to break the silence. Why do we come out to break the silence? As students, we are not coming out with a manifesto. We realize that as students, we have a lot of challenges, a lot of problems, and a lot of issues that are affecting our lives in the university and maybe outside the university. And now, for a long time, people have been silent about them. No solutions have been provided. No one has talked about them. And why we are coming out, we are saying, no, we need to break the silence And we stand as students of Kyambogo University to advocate for our rights, to advocate for what belongs to the students. One of the key issues that we are fronting as students is the oppressive policies of the university. That most of the policies that the university makes are not pro-students. They make policies that maybe benefit the management, but not the students. That's why we are saying we need to break that silence, and we come out to advocate for fair policies that always benefit students and that are pro-students. One of the policies that we stand out for are the policy of tuition payment policy, that in Kyambogo University, if you delay to pay tuition by 8 weeks, that within the first 8 weeks, you must have cleared all the tuition. If you
James Okello, your time is up.
And then we move to candidate Adrian Senavulia. The podium is yours tonight, but the power belongs to the students. What do you intend to serve in your next term, if elected as the next guild president?
Thank you so much, Madam Moderator. Adrian Senavulia is my name. I'm an aspiring guild president, Kyambogo University. From the little time I've been given, allow me send greetings to the countrymen and countrywomen in Uganda, and most importantly, the mighty students of Kyambogo University. In the same way, allow me send special greetings to the laborers in Uganda, since today is Labor Day. We cannot take that for granted because we are all striving to become professionals. We are all striving to become laborers. Wish you all the best in the next year up to when we shall reach the next Labor Day, and we shall continue advocating for the best conditions for all laborers because it's what we intend to become. Our manifesto is derived on a mission statement that says, this is a revolution of solutions. A revolution of solutions means that we've had very many guild presidents and very many aspirants and very many guild leaders present problems. I've had very many of my aspirants here saying a lot about these problems, and that was a very good initiative. But unfortunately, these manifestos, these problems have not been solved, these promises have not been fulfilled, and the students are slowly losing interest, they are slowly losing hope in students' leadership, and it is from that very point that we are coming up with a revolution of solutions. We are saying that we are sitting down as students' leaders to assess the problems of students and find solutions, present these solutions to management, and we see a way out. Because I understand that all the problems of students that are related to their being students have to be solved by the university. But I know so much as well that we can have other solutions on top of management to supplement that, because as students of Kyambogo University, we must understand that everything that we request from management and has a monetary implication has to go through a budget, and a budget has to go through a financial year. So for most of the things that have a financial implication shall surely have to wait, sometimes delayed, sometimes even not being done completely. Our manifesto is anchored on basically 3 major pillars. One, I think you are entitled to. There are very many things as students you are entitled to. We need not to beg more for them. We are already given to them. We are already entitled to them. But unfortunately, we are not getting them. For example, we are entitled to free internet access within campus, but unfortunately, you will find it at RAC building and around Senate. You will not find it at CTF. You will not find it at TTE. It will not be stable. Such things. We are entitled to getting our marks whenever we sit for exams. It should never again look as though lecturers are doing us charity to return the marks you've worked for. And that is where exactly we come in. 2, there are things that we deserve as students of Kyambogo University. As students of Kyambogo University, we deserve the best in the world because Kyambogo University is definitely one of the best institutions in Uganda. We need better furnished classrooms. For example, for buildings like CTF and CLB, we have very beautiful ladies, very smart. If you come late, you'll have to carry a seat from room A to room B. That is sometimes very inconveniencing to some people, by the way.
Senavulia, your time is up. We have one more candidate as he gets to share his manifesto before we get into the deeper questions. Now, candidate Faika Ibanda.
Good evening, students of Kyambogo University and Africa at large. My name is Ivan Faika, Guild President, to be. Tonight, I'm here to air out some of the concerns that you have been rising up as students of Kyambogo University. A lot has been mentioned, but little has been done. In our manifesto, as we said, it is driven from your problem, students' problem, to constitution solutions. I believe has been already cleared that now the challenge that we have, it is a constitution challenge. On 26th day, February 2026, in this very semester, the university issued out a new constitution that does not favor a Ugandan citizen at all. The constitution that clearly states that someone to be a student of Kyambogo University is someone who has to have paid full tuition and registered for the current semester. To the economy of Uganda, that one, I believe, it is not fair. And to most of the students, it is your cry. Here, it is a brief that moves into from your problem to the constitution solutions. More lecture rooms and a safe learning space, it is all what we deserve. When you go to Kyambogo University, Faculty of Science, students, they are studying from laboratories. Imagine a full Faculty of Science. The university has no lecture rooms. Students are inheriting chemicals. They are even scared of their lifespan. They don't know when their life will end. Because inhaling dangerous preservative chemicals, you can even die instantly. This is what the university is going through, and the people who are seeing us right now, that's what your students are going through. Then another point from our constitution, from our manifesto, fair and student-friendly policies. As I said, the policy of the university, we have the 100 tuition payment policy. Here it is our cry, and we shall have a solution for it.
Thank you very much. And there you have it. The 6 contenders in the House this evening have clearly elaborated what is in their manifesto and what they seek to serve the students of Kyambogo come the next time if they're elected into power. It's also very important to note that this evening, this debate is going to focus on governance, accountability, academic welfare, and leadership issues that directly shape the student experience at Kyambogo University. For those that have just joined us, you're watching the Kyambogo University Guild Presidential Debate, and this is the 22nd Guild Debate that is ushering in the 22nd Guild House. Now, with me in studio, my co-host is Joram Paul Sonko, and we have Maureen Nambalira on sign language. For those that are home, there you have it. We shall delve deeper into this. We're getting into the deep conversation. You can also follow the conversation on our different social media platforms. That is NTV Uganda. Follow us online. We are there. Like, share, retweet, and also put your comments in the comment section below so that you follow this debate, so that we together can see as Kyambogo brings in the next guild president. We delve into the conversation, and straight away I'll start with Agawa Edward. In your opening remarks, you mentioned about the constitution. You also mentioned about the welfare and academics of the students. You mentioned the word that triggered, a constitution that we shall not massage. Now my question to you is, the guild constitution defines the scope of your powers. How will you ensure you operate within constitutional limits while still delivering impactful leadership to the students of Kyambogo and the entire fraternity and the entire guild as well?
Thank you so much for that question. Like I said, the constitution has been passed, and what we need as students, or what we need to do as leaders, is to ensure that we find ways of working along with the constitution. I noted the fact that the constitution bars us as aspiring leaders from participating in partisan politics. And what does that mean? That limits our chances, or that creates a gap between us as leaders or as students and transformational leadership. If you get back into history, look at the seasoned leaders that we have in the country. If you get back into the roots of how they have been groomed and how they have come on board, you will trace a bit of partisan politics back in the campus days. What are we saying, given that the Constitution has been passed already and that is what we have to go by? We are saying one of the things, for us, we are not here to cry, but to offer solutions. And the solutions we intend to offer should be feasible and a bit realizable. We are saying that one of the things that we can do to ensure that we still realize transformational leadership, even when we have a frustrating constitution, is to empower our clubs and societies that we have at campus. We need to get these clubs to a point of having to feel that their leaders are responsible, they're as responsible as the guild leaders. We need to make sure that politics gets back to the actual students. And our suggestion is, right now, when you get into the university, you find different clubs and associations with different organizations, talk of Kyambogo, talk of the Lango students. And right now, the issue we have is that they are not empowered. They still do that down kind of politics. We need to empower them. We need to make sure that they are part of grooming the leaders, just like these political parties used to do, these camps that were in campus used to do. We need to decentralize that and get back to the societies and the associations. 2, we need to be vocal about things that we feel are not going right. For instance, like we have noted, for one now to be nominated, you are not sure of your fate. You don't know how you get nominated. The entire process is hidden from us as students. It's high time we put in proposals. It's high time we become vocal and we point out issues that we feel should be reviewed in that constitution. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Candidate Edward Agaba. Now, up next, we do have Candidate Michael Gregory Edigu, who says power back to the students. Michael, what is your interpretation of student representation under the Universities and Other Tertiary Institutions Act, and how will you enforce it at Kyambogo? Should I repeat the question? What is your interpretation of student representation under the Universities and Other Tertiary Institutions Act, and how will you enforce it at Kyambogo?
Thank you so much, moderator. Now, just to give you a brief history about the University and Other Tertiary Institutions Act, that was of 2001. We have the University Council, and then we have the University Senate. Now, the University Council is made up of 27 members, 2 of which are student representatives. That is your guild president and a female representative. Now, when we look at the entire University Council, having 27 members, but only 2 university students as the representatives for the students, I find that quite unfair. Because there are even 3 external people who come from the public that are beyond actually the number of students being represented at the University Council. We, as students, need to have a step back and realize that from the very start, what is the intention of the University Council? If they wanted adequate student representation, why put only 2 student representatives? They should have said, perhaps let us have a single student coming from each faculty or department to be part of the University Council, so that we know that we have adequate student representation. Because take a stand and ask yourself, if as a guild president, I took in a proposal of a tuition policy to give students who pay more than 50% of their tuition chance to sit for examination papers proportionate to the amount of tuition that they pay, How many votes do I have in the University Council? 2 votes. That is mine and the female representative. So already as students in the University Council, we are oppressed, we are suppressed, we are marginalized. We are not well represented. My humble plea and call to the students is for us to take a stand back, ready ourselves to get into tough conversations with the management, conversations which include increasing the number of students represented at each level of the university. I'll take you through the quality assurance policy of the university.
You've got 1 minute.
1 minute, that's okay. I'll take you through the quality assurance policy of the university, which was enacted in 2014. We have 2 slots at faculty level for representation by the students, but you can see how the student is awed by the fact that they have just realized today that they're supposed to have 2 student representatives at faculty level. Everyone here is surprised. They don't actually know that they have to be represented at faculty level. So it is a call for, 1, sensitization, and luckily enough for you, you have someone who has read the Constitution and they are going to sensitize you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. And then candidate Sharon Wahereza, you spoke to unity boldly and strongly. If the Guild Parliament passes a resolution that conflicts with university management, how would you respond to this?
Pardon?
You spoke to unity strongly and boldly,
Yes.
and I bring conflict to you now. If the Guild Parliament passes a resolution that conflicts with university management directives, how would you respond to that?
Thank you so much. First of all, when Guild President is elected, we choose fairly. Some of the times we were associated with parties whereby students would choose according to parties, but right now, according to the Constitution, we are choosing according to one's ability or how one is going to influence students to choose. So if the Guild President, about unity first of all, to be in the university, we need to first collaborate, not only as leaders, but there has not been unity in a way of, you find there's maybe a lot of disorganization whereby students are disorganized by many things that are happening in the university, not because of the things that take place daily, but because of the policies, because of the need for students to have the rights. But as the Guild President aspirant, as my slogan talks about unity, I would emphasize again about unity. If I'm given this position, I will make sure that I call upon for unity and make sure it is one of the things as to why we are in the university as students. And again, about unity, I cannot call off for unity in the university because it would create chaos. But if it is to the management, and the management also has to collaborate to make sure it passes something that is connecting with students. But surely, as my fellow Guild President aspirant has been saying, it has not been like that way. We are not bringing unity between the management and students. There has not been unity because you find when the management has passed some of the rules or some of the policies that are affecting us as students, like the 100% tuition policy.
And how do you intend to address this in 1 minute?
How do I intend to address this? Of course, in my leadership, I'll make sure I have WD point. That is right, dialogue if all fails, defiance, which we call defending what you've written or what you've dialogued. If it fails, then peaceful demonstration to make sure it is put in action. Thank you.
All right, thank you, candidate Sharon. I want us to now move to candidate James Okello. James, the Guild President sits between students and the administration. How will you handle conflict with university management?
Thank you very much for that question. As a guild president who is a student representative, a guild president is a mouthpiece of the students, a voice for the students, to air out the grievances of the students. And you are asking how I will handle the conflict between the management and the students, right? Yes. So as students, if we are to demand or to ask for what belongs to us, take for example in Kyambogo University, our challenges are many, uncountable. Students are crying year in, year out that we do not have this, we lack that. And the university management does not provide solutions. Our work is not to keep quiet about this. Our work is not to tire about this. Our work as students, leaders, is to rise up to continue demanding and to always demand for what belongs to the student. Because we understand that as students, we have what belongs to the student, like the rights of the students. If we say that as students, this is what we put in, we pay functional fees, and we deserve to have better services of these functional fees. We deserve to have the services that we deserve as students. So as a students leader, our work is to speak for the students, to demand for the students. And that is how we can be able to get what belongs to the students, not to keep quiet and tire about it.
All right, thank you very much, Candidate James Okello.
Adrian Senabulia, you spoke strongly about gaps in welfare as well as those that need to be worked on in the infrastructure. I want you to highlight on a situation where you would strongly oppose management if they're not on track, and where you would collaborate with them, because it's not all about the clashes. I would want you to describe a situation where you would oppose management where need be, and where you would collaborate with them for the good of the students.
Thank you so much for that very good question. Yes, for starters, I want to be so clear. I want to be so elaborate. I'm going to be at an opposite side with management whenever we are not getting what we are entitled to as students. For starters, before I even ride on what we have to request for and it has to be given to us, before I go to what we deserve as students of Kyambogo University, when I was starting, I told you that Kyambogo University, the students in Kyambogo University itself deserves the best of the best. But before I even go to that, there are these things that are stipulated by the system, that when you sit for exams, you have to get marks. These marks have to come in the first 2 weeks of the semester. They shouldn't delay. You have to get the exact mark that you really worked for. It is very unfortunate that sometimes the lecturers do not mark these exams. Someone has to get maybe 85, you out of the blue get 60, but simply because the students are not empowered, because the students are threatened, someone is not going to demand for that mark. There is no even direction that this can ever happen. I want to tell students that you have a right to apply for a remark if you feel you did not get the mark you really deserve. But that's not even the point. I'll oppose management whenever they are not giving us what we deserve as students. And for the side of collaborating, I will collaborate with management, because we must come to terms with the fact that management is doing a lot. Yes. When I see all I would wish to do, there is something done. I cannot tell you that everything is wrong at Kyambogo University. There are a lot of good things, and that's what I was actually saying, that we need to make sure that the image of this mighty institution is bettered, promoted, protected, preserved. Why? Because any problem to the image of this mighty institution is a problem to our degrees, and anything detrimental to our degrees is directly detrimental to our futures and employability. So that's very important. In brief, Adrian Senabulia is going to be against anything. By the way, I do not have any interest in opposing management. I do not have any interest in opposing any members of management, for example, the Vice Chancellor or the Dean of Students. I'm here for what is not right, to put what is not right, and to make sure that whatever we are getting, for example, the entitlements, for example, the good internet connection, the EduRoam that is strong around RAC, I'm here to make sure that that is maintained. Yeah, I want to commend management for that. I want to commend management that there is disability fund, which is 200,000 per year, but unfortunately it's not enough for these people. Yeah, I will oppose whenever I have to. I will collaborate whenever I have to. Thank you so much.
And lastly, when it comes to matters governance and rule of law, we end with candidate Faika Ibanda. Ibanda, how will you ensure that student voices influence university policy decisions?
Pardon?
How will you ensure that student voices influence university policy decisions?
All right. When you look at the new building constitution that currently has been passed out, it clearly indicates in Article 5, 1A, the rights of the student. That is the guild. Based into the constitution, students' voices will be heard and they will be driven into action, still based into the constitution. We shall use the simple and the few gaps that were left in the guilty constitution to defend our rights. By the fact, students, they can't move away the constitution since it is now the official guiding system that we have for the university. But the fact is, there are gaps that we can use, we as students, to defend ourselves when we have not even moved out from the constitution. I will use those gaps when I'm elected as a guild president to define and make the voices of the students of Kyambogo heard by the management. Thank you.
All right. And that does it for governance and rule of law, where we've had each candidate respond to a question on the same. 6 of these particular candidates are vying for one position, Guild President of Kyambogo University. Betty.
This is the Kyambogo University Guild Presidential Debate, and thank you so much for being part of this conversation. You can still follow it on a different social media platforms, that is NTV Uganda. Be part of it, share, retweet, like, and also leave your comment in the comments section. Now, we have heard about what they intend to do in the governance sector, but would like to look at transparency and finance, because when you hold this big post in such a big institution, the students are trusting you with all their resources. Would like to understand and delve deeper in matters finance, and I'll start with you again, Candidate Agaba Edward. What mechanisms will you use to ensure transparency and accountability in your government? What mechanisms will you use to ensure transparency and accountability in your government?
Thank you so much, moderator. This I want to be on record about transparency and accountability. I want to let viewers and students of Kyambogo University that we are a people that shall not be moved by money, where we are a people that shall not be moved by power, and we are a people that shall not be moved by influence. We come to serve, we come to deliver. And what we come to deliver on requires us to be held accountable for every decision that we take. We have always been clear, and we have always told students that one wise man said, one of the ways you hold your leader accountable is by casting your vote, is by voting for them. And that's why we call upon all students of Kyambogo University to turn up on the 8th of May and hold us accountable by casting their vote for us. And we intend to create mechanisms through which we shall be kept in check for every other decision that we take. One of those ways, we are creating communication channels, direct communication channels between us as leaders and the electorate itself and the students themselves. And how do we intend to achieve that? We intend to create mini assembly points at faculty level. This is not intended to bring all students on board, but rather the few that come on board, be it 10, be it 15 from a particular faculty, we are able to listen from them. They are able to keep us in check. As a guild president, as a constitutional mandate, we have power to call an assembly, at least one every academic year. But we are saying we can have many assembly gatherings at faculty level through which we shall be able to interact with students. And these interactions shall be intended, one, to pick the grievances of the students, two, to hold us accountable and to keep us in check for every other decision that we shall be taking as leaders and as people in power. I want to end by telling you and assuring you students that we are a people that shall not be moved by money. We are a people that shall not be moved by power. And we are a people that shall not be moved by influence. We are a people that have come to serve and deliver and rebuild our institution. Thank you.
Candidate Michael Gregory Edigo, guild funds are often limited and scrutinized. What specific financial controls will you implement to prevent misuse of guild funds?
Thank you so much for that question. Now, the guild account is, the guild cabinet is given 682 million to run their regime. 682 million of which most of the times is misused. That is very true. Now, most of the times, the guild presidents actually put up projects which the students feel are not beneficial to them. It would be very much better if the guild consulted from the students on which probable projects they feel can work for them as students. And that is why I would like to set up a students' council. The students' council will be made up of student-led association leaders. That is the associations that we have within the university and the clubs. They will present their executives, and then their executives will serve as the students' council so that we get to the students' needs at a very, very basic level where we get to know what the students actually want. Now, in terms of accountability, we shall be using a digital audit system. We have students of computing at Kyambogo University who can build for us a system that does digital auditing for us, where any amount of money that gets out of the guild account is actually accounted for digitally. Key word here is digitally, because the human being is someone who is not to be trusted that much. It is rather better we support and trust a computer system.
So they shouldn't trust you as well?
Well, that is why I said the human being is not someone to be trusted.
So they shouldn't trust you as well?
I have not mentioned that. It is an allegation. That is an allegation. But it is much better for us to have a digital system that actually audits our guild accounts, as compared to having the Ministry of Finance tell us this is how the money was spent and we don't have the budget allocation. So the digital audit system is what works best for us as students.
I would want you to first take us back. You said how much money?
682.
682 million?
Yes.
Betty.
And there you have it. Thank you so much. We move to candidate Sharon Wahereza. They've talked about projects and misuse of funds and projects that are not sustainable or don't fully account for the money that is being given to the guild. I'd like to ask, would you support public disclosure of guild expenditure? If yes, how frequently and in what format?
First, repeat for me, madam.
Would you support public disclosure of guild expenditure? We have had 682 million shillings. If yes, how frequently and in what format?
I don't allow disclosure.
You don't allow disclosure?
Yes, like disclosing of the guild funds.
The expenditure of how? He talked about projects that don't speak or sometimes are a misuse of guild funds. So I would like to understand, would you support disclosure? He talked about digital systems, digital accounting. What would you do in your power to ensure that there is disclosure? How frequently would you do this and format? Agaba there talked about the fact that he would have each and every level represented and hold them accountability. How would you do that?
Oh, thank you so much. About that, not that everyone or every guild president aspirant who goes in, they don't leave anything. It is to some regimes that they end by not doing any project, or sometimes the projects they do, they are not meeting the needs of the students. Sometimes you find the needs of the students or the demands of the students are high, and what a person is doing in the project, he or she is creating a reading area outside classes, whereby libraries are there, classes are there, you can read at any point. But instead, in my regime, I'll make sure I look at the project that would at least meet 70% demand of the students. For example, if you're to take an example of the 20th regime, that is the Moivesa's regime, the project that we saw around the university that was made by them, there were reading areas, one as you're going to Nursery Hall, another one at School of Bureau Environment, whereby most of the times when you pass by that place, it is empty. Some of the times students are reading from classes and libraries. But if we were to look at things like developing a project according to the guild funds or how they are going to fund it, and if there are no funds, I would advise that, not even advise, but in my regime, I'll make sure we lobby so that we can have facilities that support us as students, that meet our demands as students.
Candidate Sharon.
Yes, please.
Just to take you back to the question, would you support public disclosure of guild expenditures?
I don't support that. Why would they disclose it?
Okay.
So there's no transparency there.
Let's move on to candidate James Okello. How will you mobilize additional resources without overburdening students financially? How will you mobilize additional resources without overburdening students financially?
Oh, thank you so much for the question. How to mobilize finances without overburdening the students. Of course, we understand that our students are poor, and we already pay the guild fee of 22,000 each student, and of which we need more, maybe more expenditures away from this money. As a student leader and as a candidate, it is easy to mobilize these finances because you understand we have a lot of people outside there, the NGOs. I can go to different NGOs that these are the challenges that we are facing as students, and as a students leader, I can easily reach out to different NGOs, different organizations to look for money and to look for finances to support students' activities. Thank you.
Candidate James Okello, majority of the NGOs are facing some huge
financial cuts.
Financial, blanks from the government. Which NGOs are you targeting here?
We have different NGOs. We are not looking at maybe Uganda in particular or Uganda here or outside. But we are having different NGOs. There are the NGOs outside that can be able to support the activities of the students.
Can you mention one in particular?
There are these non-government organizations that can easily reach out to students' activities.
Jerome, I'd like to also interest the candidate about the sovereignty bill that is being...
Yes, James, before... you say non-government organizations. NGOs are non-government organizations.
Yes.
So it's just an abbreviation.
Yes.
The students of Kyambogo would want to hear from you. You've talked about NGOs, and I did mention NGOs are facing funding cuts. And of course, government also had to close up quite a number of those after the 2021 general elections. So when you look at that kind of situation, and there's also a question coming in from my co-moderator, I would just want to hear from you, and the students would want to hear from you, which NGOs in particular are you looking at to get this money?
We look at the funding from World Bank. World Bank is one of the funding agencies that fund their different institutions.
You are a politician, eh?
Yes.
Thank you so much. And then we'll move again to candidate Adrian Sendabulia. Now, fortunately or unfortunately, the last guild has had 2 guild presidents. We saw Benjamin Akiso, and now we have the incumbent, His Excellency Ndama Emmanuel. And this brings me to my next question to you. Leadership scandals have affected student governments before, like the one that is handing over. What ethical standards will define your leadership standards? What ethical standards will define your leadership standards?
Thank you so much. It is very unfortunate that we are aspiring to lead an intimidated guild. We had our guild, former guild president, suspended and later expelled, and that was very unfortunate. How do I intend to continue demanding for what belongs to the students without all these scandals? I want to first of all acknowledge that all these scandals do not entirely lie in my power. Yes, as a student's leader, I must do everything I do within boundaries of decorum and the laws. I must be disciplined, and everything I do must be legal. If there is something I am objecting, if there is something I'm opposing, I must learn from all these activities that have been demanding for students' entitlements that have been here, to make sure that I do not make any mistakes, to make sure that I'm not caught off guard, but again, standing so bold, standing so firm on whatever I'm demanding for. If it is decorum, diplomacy, I will do that. I'm so good at diplomacy. If it is going hard, I can still go hard, but within boundaries of decorum and legality. So the standards are basically decorum and legality.
And, well, let's move on to one final candidate when it comes to these issues of transparency. Candidate Imanda Faika. We've seen quite a number of leaders, even in our country, who have not stepped aside after misconduct or abuse of office. I wonder, and we are not projecting or trying to insinuate anything, would you step aside if you are accused of misconduct during your time? That is, if you voted. Would you step aside if accused of misconduct pending investigations?
I would like you to pardon for me from the start of the statement.
Would you step aside if accused of misconduct pending investigations?
Right, the university has a constitution that governs the student fraternity, and as well the council and the senate at large. Accompanied to that, there is a national constitution that governs the citizen of the country, and not forgetting that institutions, they are also catered for in the national articles of the constitution. Even the Faika is a citizen of Uganda and someone who obeys the laws. The fact that he is a fully now nominated candidate indicates how obedient I am towards the laws. Yes, the question was, can I stand down? The question was, can I stand down when I'm offensed of anything on pending investigations? Someone can only be a victim of an offense upon fully investigation and confirmed of that person being a victim. So I can't step down when the investigations are ongoing because I need to defend myself. I can't defend myself out of the office, and the fact that the university has the constitution, if the fact that they have failed to find out something that can make me a victim from the constitution and the national constitution, it implies that there is no reason why even I can step out of the office. I can't betray the student of Kyambogo once they give me power. Thank you so much.
You can't betray them?
Yes.
Okay.
Please, interested voters, there we have it. Unfortunately, I'll have again to take the next round now, starting from you. So as you warm up a little bit, I'd like to let all those that are watching from home know that you are watching Kyambogo University Guild Presidential Debate on this 1st of May, International Labour Day. Happy Labour Day, and here is your Labour Day plot here at NTV Uganda. You're catching this debate live. Follow it on our different social media platforms. That is NTV Uganda across all platforms. Share, like, retweet, and leave for us a comment in the comment section below. We are heading into the next round of questions.
And also, Betty, the hashtag for those following on social media on X is Kyambogo Guild Debate 26, and also the people we have in the house, you can engage on that particular hashtag. You can post something and also remind your fellow students that you are in the house. After the 3rd round, just to remind you, you will also be invited to fire those questions to these 6 candidates.
And here in studio, it's me, Betty Mudondo, with Joram Paul Sonko, and we have Maureen Nambalira on sign language. We delve deeper into the next round of questions, and we're looking at academics and welfare. And I'll start with you, Candidate Ibanda Faika. He says, Kyambogo for us. Now, if Kyambogo is for you and everyone in Kyambogo, a number of complaints have been made about marks, missing results, and delayed transcripts. I would like to know what concrete policies you propose to improve academic standards, and if you could kindly point them out clearly to the students so they get to know, it would do us such service and justice.
We said clearly that nothing about Kyambogo without us. Students of Kyambogo, we can restore everything that deserves to be ours. When you look at the core values of the university, they clearly state what the university has to do for the students. When you go to the policies of the university and you read them clearly, they state what is supposed to be done and in the time frame of everything. When you look at the mission, the value, and the motto of the university, it clearly states what the university is aiming to achieve and what is ready and committed to give out to the nation.
Remind us about the motto of the university again.
The motto of the university? Knowledge and skills for service.
Put it in context of what you're saying.
I've said. Okay. When you consider the motto of the university, knowledge and skills for service, and when you look at the mission, the core values of the university, they directly indicate what the university is committed to give out to the nation. Therefore, back to the question that I was asked. My work, it is not to deviate from this, and it is not to go from what was framed, but to actively get involved and work with the university in the implementation of what they promised in writing to the nation. Therefore, My solution is to restore everything that belongs to the students of Kyambogo University. It is already clear. We said nothing about Kyambogo without us.
Candidate Faika.
Yes.
Let us start with number 1, missing marks. How do you intend to address that? Briefly, a few seconds.
Missing marks. In our manifesto, we clearly said.
You're going in circles. It's going to be hard for me to go again to another. Missing marks?
Putting strictly to the ICT and emphasizing the lecturers to mark in time and deliver what they committed to give out.
Delayed transcripts?
The University Council and the Senate has to know that the university and the founders, they made it clear and they have to do their work as it was promised so that students, they get what they are supposed to get on time.
Thank you very much.
And for the students following us online, using that hashtag Kyambogo University Guild debate on X, you can as well share some of those questions you have for the candidates and your concerns as students. As we continue, we get to candidate Adrian Senabulia. How will your government engage faculty and administration to address overcrowding and limited learning resources?
I want to first raise a concern that when I was, my colleagues were being asked about transparency. I don't know whether that's what was said, but I kindly beg that maybe sometime ahead of this show, I am asked about that very point. I've been asked a question about overcrowding. Yeah, it is very true that overcrowding is bringing us very many problems as students, because I want to first of all bring it to the attention of the students and the public that Kyambogo University is understaffed, and now this is not entirely a problem of management and Senate. This is partly a problem of the government. Kyambogo is staffed at 48%. That's way below the average. So, for the numbers here that are very high, you'll find that the School of Management and Entrepreneurship, the rate at which marks are getting lost is 13%. When you are a student, you have 13% chances of losing your mark. It is 10 at the Faculty of Arts and Humanities. It is 11 at the School of Education, and those are the highest. On the other hand, in engineering, the chances are very low that most of the engineers receive their marks within the holidays, and marks delay, marks loss is not a very big problem there. Yeah, now with overcrowding, I'm telling you that it brings problems of that sort. But first of all, management should, of course this is not within my power as guild president, but management should create more buildings, because overcrowding affects how you people are going to learn. You end up learning in shifts. You end up having a hard timetable. Then the other thing is partially resorting to online classes. We know that there is precedences in some universities that they're having some of the lectures online. Maybe not a very big percentage, maybe 30, maybe 40, maybe 10 for starters, but we can resort to sometimes reinforcing having online lectures. Thank you so much.
I'd also like to bring it to you that Kyambogo is a university that brings across students from across diverse. And some of these cannot afford the online services. Some don't even have smartphones. So if you bring such a suggestion, where do we leave this behind?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now,
considering also students with disability.
Thank you so much. That is very true, that there is a portion of students that do not have smartphones. But I want to also bring it to our attention that a bigger percentage has smartphones. Two, I want to tell you that such impediments should not stop us from going digital. we are having an online election. I'm sure management is so much cognizant that some people don't have phones, but we cannot fail to really shift to such a step simply because some people don't have phones. What do we do as guild leaders? Management can create hubs for these people, maybe laboratories. Maybe if it is hard for hubs to create a hub, maybe for research and online lectures, we can install internet within the laboratories, computer laboratories that are within campus, such that people who have lectures can at least, if you do not have maybe data, if you do not have, but data must be in university, by the way, as a must. We must have evenly distributed EDROM and very stable everywhere.
Thank you very much, and I like that you also bring data in there without me mentioning it. So there are a lot of hindrances, but we now move to Candidate Okello James, and you speak strongly about breaking the silence. What do you plan in improving student welfare, especially for the government-sponsored and privately sponsored students?
Thank you very much. We have talked about breaking the silence as the students of Kyambogo University. And the silence we mean by the challenges of the students that we are facing in Kyambogo University. How to address the challenges that are faced by these students, government and private sponsored students. The government-sponsored students, we realize that they are earning very little allowances. As per now, we realize that they earn around 700,000 monthly allowances that the government gives them. And these allowances is very little and small for them because the cost of living for us here in Kampala, we see it is expensive. To earn food and other things, it's expensive. So as students leaders, we shall advocate for these allowances to be improved and to be increased. We need them to get something far much more than that so that they can be able to earn a living. And for the private students, we have seen a lot of challenges. They are the ones who are most affected so much in the different ways that even in the hostels where they stay, sometimes life is hard, food is not there. They get a lot of hunger, they suffer, and the accommodation itself, the hostels where they stay, the conditions are bad. So how to help these students is one, about the issues of food. Most of the private students hunger, and we've seen most of them move from hostel to hostel to see the way of surviving. But as students leaders, we can be able to advocate for these students to be given some food. They should be given some kinds of foodstuffs by even the students. The students' leadership, like the guild constitution, the guild house, have a lot of, sometimes they should get some kind of a budget that should cater for the students' welfare. Those who get problems with the issues of food, that they can be able to buy some food for them and then distribute for them. I think that is how it can be helped.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Let's get to candidate Sharon Wahereza. Students often face disciplinary actions. In such circumstances, how will you ensure fairness and due process in university disciplinary systems?
Thank you so much. Yeah, really, cases are rising of indiscipline in the university, whereby some of them, it's not that some of them they are just blamed. Most of the times, I can give an example of maybe the elections because we're in the election period, and I'll also give another example. You find a specific guild president or is facing repercussions of the supporters, sometimes whereby you have no idea. Sometimes you find we are not allowed to pin posters around the university, or even before this guild constitution, you are not allowed to pin posters to some areas. Sometimes you find a student has pinned, you don't know if he's from another camp or what, and then the case is put on you. Sometimes it leads to a rising cases of indiscipline in the university. So I'll make sure there is proper investigation about any rising case of indiscipline, not investigating and just maybe saying someone has done something wrong, when some of the times we look at this and maybe some of the students are affected when they have not even done so. Like for example, you find maybe a candidate is disqualified from the race because of a pinned poster when he or she has no idea about that, and not only disqualification, but he or she is taken to the legal chambers Well, we know that when you do something wrong at the university, you face the legal chambers. So the cases have been rising day by day. Some of the times they suspect when you're not a person in that real, when you've not done something. Sometimes you find in hostels and even halls of residence, they suspect that this one is a thief, or he or she has stolen this, when most of the times that person has not done that exact thing. But first of all, to ensure that maybe we prevent on these rising indisciplined cases, installation of cameras around the university. I'll make sure I advocate for installation so that we can see what is really happening, so that the university can follow up, make accountability and see what is happening. If there is theft increasing, and maybe they are reporting those cases day by day in the university, so that we can put cameras and see who is the suspect, who has done this, instead of rising cases whereby you find some of the students have not done so.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Your time is up.
Thank you.
Power to the students. Edigo Gregory Michael, we are speaking inclusivity. How will you ensure that persons or students with disabilities are well catered for in the university? But precisely, let's start with the e-voting system. Where does this leave the students that are visually impaired, and then also the infrastructure in the university?
Thank you so much. The manifesto title is Power Back to the Students. Yes, not power to the students. So for inclusivity, like you have mentioned, to start with the e-voting. Now, if you attended our e-voting session, at least I'm very sure the Guild aspirants were there. For the students that are visually impaired, they will have someone they trust to accompany them, or they will move to the camping sites of the Electoral Commission, which will be set up within the university, to be able to vote. So in terms of inclusivity, I think we have captured them very well. And then when we move to the infrastructure. Now, at Kyambogo University, it's quite ashaming when you look at our road network. Clearly, it doesn't support people who are disabled. Imagine someone who is on a wheelchair passing through Peace Park on a rainy day. Do you know what amount of stress this person can go through? Imagine someone who is disabled on a wheelchair having to pass through the engineering road moving upwards on a rainy day. Someone moving to Pearl on a rainy day. Someone going to School of Built Environment on a rainy day, with all the amount of mud that is on those roads. How are these people being targeted and favored? You know, there is a famous tweet moving around on X. Someone posted and mentioned, when God rested on Sunday, Satan created African leaders. In such a university like Kyambogo University, it is shaming that now, as we make 22 years, we are going into our 23rd year as a university. We are here debating about poor roads.
Candidate Gregory Michael, we are not debating about poor roads. The question is to you. When you start to fault the past leaders, you're going to look exactly like them. So the question stands, how will you ensure fairness and inclusivity in representation? How will you? We want to hear how you will, not what they didn't do. So what do you intend to do?
It's okay. So first off, in terms of the road network, there is a current MOU with NEC, which is the National Enterprise Corporation, to work on 1.38 kilometers of the roads at Kyambogo University, which I believe will help us. That is one way sorted, right? Two, for the students with disabilities, we need to have a system that helps them move around campus. At Makerere University, they have trucks, small sort of tukutukus that help them move around the university. The same can be implemented at Kyambogo University. The third way is creating pathways for people with disabilities, more so those that are visually impaired. Pathways that lead them to their halls of residence. Pathways that lead them to their lecture rooms. I believe I've answered your question.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. And to the audience, after this particular question, my co-moderator will guide on what will be happening, but you should be at this particular moment also preparing your questions ahead of time, because in the next few minutes it will be your time to shine in regards to asking the questions. Now we go to candidate Edward Agaba. Lastly, from academics and welfare, what specific programs, if elected, will you introduce to support students with disability?
Thank you so much. When we talk about students with disability, we cannot remove the idea of inclusivity in that talk. And one of the things that we need to propose in our time of leadership is to ensure that these students are equally celebrated and appreciated. And how do we intend to go about that? We intend to introduce a special run that is dedicated to these students that live with disabilities. And how do we intend to achieve it or realize it? There are very many partnering agencies, very many charity organizations out there that are willing to be part. And what we propose is not rocket science. These are things that have been done in other institutions. One of the ways in which you solve a problem that is affecting any society is through benchmarking from another society that has gone past that problem. In Makerere, they have made it a culture now of having an annual run. And these runs are usually dedicated to certain groups. For instance, last year, they had a run that was dedicated strictly to the students that are living with disabilities. We can have this, and it can become a culture. And this is not so hard to do, because this is something that would get, one, we expose our students that live with disabilities to employing bodies. Two, we celebrate them and get some funds from such runs, directly supported by the university and management, directly funded by partnering agencies and other sponsors that can be part of such initiatives. Two, the funds that we realize from such a run get back and help these students that live with disabilities. One, by getting them some of the equipment that they use. Two, helping some of them that could be financially constrained in accessing one or two things. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Leadership is not about being in charge, but also taking care of those in your charge. That's the reason why we are here tonight, addressing some of those things that the students have raised. And this is the Kyambogo University Guild Presidential Debate. And we are going to take a very short break, but before that, the House should be ready. When we return, we're going to delve into your questions to the candidate. Prepare your question to be brief and precise. And those that are watching, happy Labor Day, and thank you for joining us. Follow us on our different social media platforms, NTV Uganda, for this conversation, and leave a comment in the comment section below.
Visions and solutions. The Kyambogo University Guild Debate 2026. Watch your future leaders as they tackle matters that matter the most. Who deserves your vote? Who has you at heart? Who has the vision and the plan? Don't miss on the 1st of May 2026 from 10 p.m. to midnight. Live on NTV, on Kyambogo University YouTube channel and social media handles, or follow the conversation with the hashtag Kyambogo Guild Debate 26. Your voice, your future, your decision. Kyambogo University Presidential Election Debate 2026. Watch and decide. Kyambogo University. Knowledge and skills for service.
First, a third-year student of Civil and Building Engineering, driven by reform and structural excellence, Agaba Edward, whose vision is captured in the words, sanitizing the system. Next, a second-year student of Human Nutrition and Dietetics, committed to representation and student empowerment, Edigu Gregory Michael, standing on a vision of power back to the students. Now, a second-year student of Geographical and Earth Observation Systems, focused on unity and collective progress, Nuahereza Sharon, guided by the message, uniting voices, creating change. Next, a second-year Bachelor of Arts with Education student, advocating for awareness and open dialogue, Okelo James, with a call to break the silence. Next, a second-year Bachelor of Arts with Education student, bringing forward innovation and practical solutions, Senawulya Adrian, driven by the vision, revolution of solutions. Finally, a second-year student of Biological Sciences with Education, standing for inclusivity and shared leadership, Ibanda Faika, whose message is clear: nothing about Kyambogo without us.
Kyambogo University! Get ready for the ultimate showdown of ideas, visions and solutions. The Kyambogo University Guildbait 2026. Watch your future leaders as they tackle matters that matter the most. Who deserves your vote? Who has you at heart? Who has the vision and the plan? Don't miss on the 1st of May 2026 from 10 p.m. to midnight. Live on NTV, on Kyambogo University YouTube channel and social media handles, or follow the conversation with the hashtag Kyambogo Guildbait 26. Your voice, your future, your decision. Kyambogo University Presidential Election Debate 2026. Watch and decide. Kyambogo University. Knowledge and skills for service. Kyambogo University! Get ready for the ultimate showdown of ideas, visions and solutions. The Kyambogo University Guildbait 2026. Watch your future leaders as they tackle matters that matter the most. Who deserves your vote? Who has you at heart? Who has the vision and the plan? Don't miss on the 1st of May 2026 from 10 p.m. to midnight. Live on NTV, on Kyambogo University YouTube channel and social media handles, or follow the conversation with the hashtag Kyambogo Guildbait 26. Your voice, your future, your decision. Kyambogo University Presidential Election Debate 2026. Watch and decide. Kyambogo University. Knowledge and skills for service.
A third-year student of Civil and Building Engineering, driven by reform and structural excellence, Agaba Edward, whose vision is captured in the words, sanitizing the system. Next, a second-year student of Human Nutrition and Dietetics, committed to representation and student empowerment, Edigu Gregory Michael, standing on a vision of power back to the students. Now, a second-year student of Geographical and Earth Observation Systems, focused on unity and collective progress, Nuahereza Sharon, guided by the message, uniting voices, creating change. Next, a second-year Bachelor of Arts with Education student, advocating for awareness and open dialogue, Okelo James, with a call to break the silence. Next, a second-year Bachelor of Arts with Education student, bringing forward innovation and practical solutions, Senawulya Adrian, driven by the vision, revolution of solutions. Finally, a second-year student of Biological Sciences with Education, standing for inclusivity and shared leadership, Ibanda Faika, whose message is clear: nothing about Kyambogo without us. First, a third-year student of Civil and Building Engineering, driven by reform and structural excellence, Agaba Edward, whose vision is captured in the words, sanitizing the system. Next, a second-year student of Human Nutrition and Dietetics, committed to representation and student empowerment, Edigu Gregory Michael, standing on a vision of power back to the students. Now, a second-year student of Geographical and Earth Observation Systems, focused on unity and collective progress, Nuahereza Sharon, guided by the message, uniting voices, creating change. Next, a second-year Bachelor of Arts with Education student, advocating for awareness and open dialogue, Okelo James, with a call to break the silence. Next, a second-year Bachelor of Arts.
Yes, here as we continue with the Kyambogo University Guild Presidential Debate. We've got 6 candidates vying for the position. Out of the 6, 1 is female, leaving the 5 as the gentlemen. Now in this round, the House rules are as simple as this. The 6 candidates will be firing questions to one another, but in pairs, whereby a candidate will be asking a candidate next to him or her. And then the other candidate will have to retaliate with a question. Then afterwards, we shall be able to also interact with the audience. Different CAP members are with us here in studio. They'll also have the opportunity to ask the various candidates that are here on the debate.
Thank you so much, Jerome, and welcome back all from that break. Yesterday was manifesto launch, and at that point, we had different candidates come up and they shared the details of their manifestos. Now, today we are here yet again, and we would like to know whether the other candidates were actually listening in to either pick a leaf or agree or maybe disagree with what was in the other man's manifesto. So it's time to get into the deeper questions, and we shall start with our first pair, and this is Agaba Edward and Edigu Gregory Michael. Agaba, you have a chance to ask Edigu Gregory Michael a question maybe regarding his manifesto or that he has shared today. The same, Gregory, you have a chance as well, but I will have it to interject in later after Agaba. Please.
Candidate Gregory. Among these candidates, after sharing their manifesto, if at all you are not in the race, who would be your candidate and why would they be your candidate?
Please.
Thank you so much. Well, I was sincerely expecting a question on a policy reform or something to deal with the university.
But the question is a question.
Yes, but the question is a question. The question is a question. And I think it comes from a genuine place of heart. You know, before the electoral process began, Mr. Agaba Edward asked me to be on his team. But after listening to his manifesto, I said, I believe I can do better.
Jerome. Jerome, at this particular moment, we are unleashing some very interesting conversations in the house.
So, when I look at the Guild presidential aspirants here, I want to give a very honest submission. I have listened to them speak. Most of them I've met in person. I dialogue with them once in a while, every time that I get them. I have served as a leader at different platforms. And leadership, as they say, is a gift from the Almighty. Now, if I'm sincerely being honest,
1, 2, 3.
Do you have a preference?
I don't have a preference. I'll take myself.
Okay. Which question do you have for candidate Agaba?
All right. Thank you so much. Mr. Agaba Edward, something that interests me about your manifesto is the work study scheme for the students. And from your conversation yesterday, I could actually tell you are passionate about it. It is something that you actually want to put in place. Now, the target for the students' work study scheme is 1% of the student population. So my question is very simple, and it only requires one answer. Who is in charge of implementing the students' work-study scheme?
Thank you. The student work-study scheme.
It's one answer.
Of course no. The student work-study scheme is directly under the welfare department, and it directly goes through the office of the Dean of Students.
Thank you. The person in charge of implementing, the person in charge of the implementation is the university secretary, but it is under the Department of Welfare. But the implementation bit is the university secretary. Thank you so much.
Okay, let's get to candidate. Well, here is Sharon and James Okello. Please.
Oh, thank you so much for the opportunity.
I want you people to look each other in the eye.
Yeah. Yeah, so I want to take this opportunity to thank you for standing out to also be a leader. It is not easy, but I would love to question you, Mr. President. As your...
Is he a president, right?
Yes. Yeah, as your aspiring...
Yeah. Let's take the term candidate such that we do not confuse the viewer.
Oh. Okay, it is that when we're aspiring, people are calling us presidents already. Yeah.
So when you lose?
You also still be.
Sharon, that's far away.
Yeah, so I would love to ask you, you're emerging as a candidate. I would love you to tell me some of the policies that are governing Kyambogo University that you know. As a guild presidential aspirant, you should at least know, you can give me like at least 4 policies.
And I humbly request that you just mention them.
Yeah, just mentioning, it's okay.
Well, thank you so much. One of the policies we have is examination policy. We have the second one, the tuition payment policy. And then there's disciplinary policy, and then ICT policy.
There you go.
There you go.
Candidate Okello, please.
Is that okay? Is that right? Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Candidate James Okello, you have the lady.
Thank you so much. Personally, I am not interested in asking her a question because my questions are not for her. The questions I may ask her for the maybe management and administration, because the problems that we have as students of Kyambogo University are not addressed, cannot be addressed by her.
Candidate Okello.
Okay.
Yes.
Please ask her a question.
Here I work in with women empowerment.
Yes.
I humbly request, because she is seated there in a capacity of who could be the next guild president for Kyambogo University. And she could be your next leader. So as your next leader, what question would you ask Sharon?
No, I'm not asking Sharon any question because...
Do you fear Sharon?
No, not fearing. Not fearing.
Okay, Sharon, are you intimidating Okello?
Okay, ask her.
I'm not.
Just
She
ask
might
her.
even
Just
ask me
any
my
random
name.
question.
Sorry?
Just ask a random question.
No, I can't ask Sharon any question because Sharon...
And there you have it. We move on. Joram Pozonko. We move to the last and the next candidates. And there we have Adrian Senabulia and Ibanda Faika. Straight, precise, and concise.
Thank you so much. My question to my brother and my very good friend, Ibanda Faika, and to all the aspirants here, if Lester had the chance to ask them, is the question that very many other students are asking us when we go down there. When we request for things from management, at some point, at very many points, they're not going to be done within the time you want them to be done. What's next? They've asked me, I know if these people have been on ground, they've asked them too, and I'm asking you that right now. I'll be very grateful to receive your answer. Thank you so much.
I would like you kind of pardon the exact question.
Thank you so much.
Just be precise. Ask the one question.
Lest you're trusted in the office of guild president, you're going to request for very many things from management, of course on behalf of the students, and some of these things are not going to be done within the time you want, not with this urgency, maybe sometimes not in the way you want, or maybe not even done at all. What next?
Okay, even so, we are learning a new curriculum and everything has been in a scenario format. But yes, let me answer you back. University things. Everything follow a process. And a best leader is someone who can follow the process, critically looking at the best principles. Just in case Rwanda is in power, as it will be through the power of the students of Kyambogo University, what I will do, provided I've requested for something and I've followed the process, but really, is there anything that when you follow the right processes that it can fail? So your answer will be, even I will follow the processes. Upon following the processes, actively implementing actions, it is one of the rights that are given to the guild by the constitution that was amended by the university on 26 February this very year.
Thank you very much. There we hold it. Please direct one question, precise, then we move to the audience.
Okay.
Kindly, Senator, can you look at your models?
Candidate Senator Adrian, yes. My question is simple. The fact is that Kyambogo University was a join up of different organs. Can you kindly tell me those organs that were combined to come up with Kyambogo University, starting with the main organ that was joined in 1928?
Okay. And there we have it.
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much, my brother Faika. Kyambogo University was founded on majorly two. And the first one was teacher education, and the second one was vocational engineering.
Is that your answer, sir?
No.
What is the answer? What is the answer? Briefly.
Let me give you the answers. In 1928...
No, we just want the bodies too. Just the bodies, we are moving to the audience.
We have the Uganda Polytechnical Institution of Technical Education, Uganda National Institution of Special Education.
Thank you so much for reading them out for us. Then we move this conversation to the students that are in the house today. We have different camps, well represented, and at this particular moment, we are going to move and have a feel. They've been here, they've listened, they've also taken time to come here in person, representing the students that have been left at the university, but also those that are abroad in this house today. Thank you so much for joining us, and I would like to have my first question, please. Fire away.
Thank you so much. My name is Yinchi Aileen Asasiwa, and I am on Team Agaba. I would like to ask my question to candidate Sharon, but I'd like to first inform Honorable Gregory that the Office of the Dean is actually the one in charge of the student welfare and the policy work study scheme. And the question to Honorable Sharon is, leadership without transparency often breeds suspicion. And given the question that was asked to her, she said, what is the cause for releasing that financial information to the public? So if you do not prioritize transparency in how funds are being used as a student's leader, as a guild president, how should students then hold your administration accountable if you are to serve them? Thank you so much, Madam Minch. In my regime, I'll make sure there's accountability for everything. Before anything is to be put out, if it is any funds that is to be out, maybe from the guild council, or from the guild house, is to be put on accountability. Accountability helps us to balance and know what has been done. Accountability helps us to know what has been put out. Accountability also helps us to manage well what is moving from the top management to the students, how they have received it, how they have used it. So accountability would really help in that. Thank you so much.
Honorable Sharon, is this the part where you agree that you will be able to release and show out this accountability? Because initially you said there's no need to disclose.
Sorry, about the other first question when you were asking me about disclosure. So sorry about that, but it was a yes.
And there you have it. Yes. You will have credible information released out.
Yes.
Yes, please.
All right, thank you so much. My name is Marvin Irukanga, an aspiring Jerasin resident. Yes, I'm Tim Senablia Adrian, and my question goes to candidate Edward Agaba. Our worry as students is us electing for leaders and they disappear from our faces. Because we as students, you are our leaders, and you have to get back to us students to know the challenges that we are going through or that we are facing. We have seen you, candidate Agaba, at several occasions. For example, in the previous election, you took part, but you seem to be a viewers candidate in the previous election. And my question is, how sure are we that after electing or after voting you into office, you're not going to be a viewers leader? Because you have ever been such a viewers leader. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for that question. What shapes student leadership is not convenience, it is commitment, and it is the message, it is the vision that you carry. We get back onto the spotlight to seek for the mandate of the students because of the so much pain that we have, because of what we see around us and what we would want to achieve and realize. And what are we telling our electorate and our voters? We are saying it is not a matter of us telling you problems that we face as students, but rather sharing the vision that we hold or sharing the solutions that we come on board with. It's not a matter of positions, it's a matter of service. We come to deliver. We come to revamp and rebuild our institution through quality leadership and representation, which is what entails the office that we seek the students of Kyambogo University to give us. Thank you.
And now we turn to the other camp of the audience. Who has a question and which candidate?
All right. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you so much, the candidates, for showing up today. My name is Angulo Martin King. I'm a third-year student pursuing a Bachelor of Science in Human Nutrition and Dietetics, and I'm Team Gregory. My question is going to candidate Adrian. For so long, the university has been faced with violence in terms of offering solutions as violence. So in your speech, you've been very critical and observing that everything you'll be opposing the university. So I want you to assure us, if opposition is all that you offer, where is diplomacy? How can we trust you that you're going to actually sit in those offices and talk diplomatic solutions to the problems that students are facing? Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, brother. Unfortunately, I was not able to take your name, but you were also not so keen to quote my words. I say, I will always oppose what is wrong. And if your leader is not ready to oppose what is wrong, I don't know what they are going to do here. But violence is not civil. Violence is not right. I condemn it. But in that very sense, we must be hard enough to object whatever is against us, surely. And that's definitely it. as brief as that. Thank you so much.
Next question.
Yeah, thank you. My name is Musau Jabez Thande. I'm a student at Kyambogo University doing Bachelor's of Science with Education, that's Biological Sciences. I as well as the president of the Kalenjins Association at the university. Well, my question, I'm Team Ivan Dapaika, and I have two questions, and these questions go to Agaba.
Yeah. Can I have only one question? One? There are two candidates who haven't been asked any question here. I think three. Also, you can ask only one question to Agaba. That is if it's a burning one.
Okay. And then the question is, Honorable Agaba, you were guild president aspirant in the previous election for the 21st guild president. And you didn't go through because students actually didn't vote you. And based on the manifesto you provided to us yesterday and today, I wanted to ask you that what have you added in your manifesto? What have you spiced? How have you spiced your manifesto? What have you done to spice up your manifesto to make sure that you go through? Because from the look of things, the manifesto is still the same.
Okay.
And my second question?
No. That was the only question I wanted. Please. Then the other person will ask a different candidate.
Yes, thank you so much. If I challenged you to give my manifesto that I came with last time, I don't think you would be able to do so. But nonetheless, I want to tell you that for us, we've come to serve. We still emphasize that we've come to serve. And we've come on the point of we still face similar challenges. And what we believe in is that we can never fold hands. We can never cry. We need to rise and defend and ask and fight for better. What we've added in our manifesto is simply, I want to summarize one thing. My brother talked about my passion for students' welfare and how I talk about the Student Work Study Scheme. The Student Work Study Scheme is a university policy that targets 1% of the student population. 1% of our student population, that is about 37,000 students. 1% of that, if you do some simple math, is 370. But as per last academic year, only 35 students benefited from the scheme. What are we saying? We are saying, first of all, we need implementation, clear implementation of that scheme. 2, we need a proper selection criteria of the beneficiaries.
Okay. Our time is up. Please.
Thank you very much. My name is Lubega Lawrence Sankara. I'm a year 2 student at Kyambogo University pursuing a bachelor's degree in development studies under the Great Faculty of Social Sciences. My question was going to all candidates, but unfortunately they have told us to select one candidate to ask. His Excellency Agaba has been asked. His Excellency Adrian and Sharon, they have been asked.
Yes.
Allow me pose this question to His Excellency Edigu, but I want all candidates to think about it deep.
Okay.
Yeah. His Excellency Edigu, Kyambogo University students are facing many and different challenges. But personally, I believe that the biggest challenge Kyambogo University students are facing is the management. I don't know whether you agree with me.
What's the question?
I'm going to ask.
Please.
The biggest challenge is the management. In Kyambogo University, we have students who are suspended.
Please,
simply because
what is the question?
The question is, how are you going to solve the conflict between the students and the management, or the guild and the management?
Candidate Edigu, have you had a question? Briefly.
Thank you so much for the question. I'm surprised it's asked me because it was already answered among the questions that were actually asked to the presidential aspirants. I'll have to take it up anyway. So, Comrade Lawrence, in society, there is a theory called the theory of conflict. That's by Max Carl. Now, under the theory of conflict, it states that in every society, for there to have change, there must be conflict in the society. Because otherwise, there is no need for change. Everybody is comfortable where they are. It's good?
Thank you very much. And then we'll move to the next question.
Thank you so much. My name is Noel Bliss, a student of Kyambogo University pursuing Masters in Business Administration, representing the same course. My question is going to the guild candidate, Ivan Faika. One of the directorates that have been left out or that have been left aside is the graduate school, that is the Directorate of Research and Graduate Training. The students from that directorate want to know what you have for them, because the biggest challenge is delayed graduation, which comes as a result of delayed supervision of the lecturers doing research. So what do you have for them? Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you for that wonderful question. As I told you earlier on, that the university, on paperwork, it's committed to serve the nation as it is by its motion, the core values. So therefore, my work, once the student of Kyambogo trusts me with the power and they put me into the guild seat, it will be to emphasize and put whatever that the management has to do so that there is a quick supervision of the research, as you mentioned. These people, they need just to be reminded, and that one, it is given, and it is one of our rights as students. So students, as you asked your question, let them not worry. Once Ibanda is in power, I will stand actively and fight for them.
And there you have it. Let's have the next question from you, sir.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, which one?
I think there is not.
Please, we need you to have a question for candidate.
Hello.
You have the microphone.
Actually, mine is not going to Mr. Okello James.
It has to go to Mr. Okello.
It's okay.
Okay, thank you for this opportunity granted to me. Sesanga William, a year 2 student as well, a classmate to Mr. Okello. I'm coming to you. Mr. Okello said about the conflicts. I remember he emphasized more about Akiso. The question is still about the conflicts. We follow this, our leaders, how the school chooses for us. How shall we manage conflicts, if at all? We are saying conflicts should not be between the students and the...
Mr. Okello, you have only 1 minute to answer that question.
As we have all heard that conflicts have been there and conflicts will still be there. If the solutions are not given to the challenges, then conflicts will still continue.
And there you have it from candidate Okello. At this particular moment, we're going to delve into Joram Paul Sonko, and there you have it. So we're going to delve into the candidates. We would like you to give your closing remark. You only have 1 minute to save your life. If there's that one word you would say to the students of Kyambogo at this particular moment, say it in 1 minute. I will start from my very neighbor here. Let's go in, candidate Ibanda Faika.
Kyambogo University students, I believe and I trust myself. I say that I have come with a manifesto that clearly drives from your problems to constitutional challenges. Our challenge at Kyambogo University is the constitution that was amended this semester. Kindly put Iwanda Faika into power. I'm a trustable person and a committed personnel. My commitment has been tested and clearly seen.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I want to thank, first of all, everyone that is backing me. I want to thank everyone who is supporting me. I want to remind the general public and most importantly, the mighty students of the mighty Kyambogo University that I'm running on one firm principle, that we cannot entirely depend on management to solve the problems of students. Yes, we know that management is responsible for solving all the problems of students, but for the fact that this has not yielded in the recent past, we must outsource other organizations, other funds, other sponsors, even ministries, to see that the problems of students, at least a bigger portion of them is solved, such that our political term, our time in office does not go in vain. Thank you so much for listening to us. Wish you the best of the semester. 8th May, choose for Senator Adrian, vote for Senator Adrian, and I'll be very grateful for your support.
Next.
Thank you so very much, our beloved students of Kyambogo University. We appreciate you for your support. And I'm here to call upon you that for so long we've cried, for so long we've lamented, for so long we've been silenced, and for so long we've been oppressed and intimidated. But it's the right time. I call upon you all to stand out with your mandate, to stand out with your vote, and to stand out with your voice in solidarity, in unity, not in fear, that we can rise up together against these injustices, against this oppression, and we can rise up together to break the silence of the challenges of Kyambogo University, and we can break it together in solidarity, in unity, and in truth. No chaos, but peace. But at the end of the day, silence must be broken. Thank you.
Candidate Sharon.
Thank you so much, dear moderators, the attendants of today, and the people watching us. Once again, I'm Sharon Wahereza. I'm here to remind you that on 8th May, that is next week on Friday, don't forget to vote for Sharon Wahereza. We are here to empower voices, to raise our voices, to create change. And one of my visions is to transform Kyambogo into a fully inclusive, digitally empowered and student-centered institution where governance is transparent, student welfare is guaranteed, academic systems are efficient, and every student, regardless of their background, ability, or financial status, has equal access to opportunity, dignity, and success in the university. Uniting voices, creating change. Please don't forget to look for Sharon Wahereza and to vote for Sharon. I wish you a blessed evening and a blessed night and a blessed morning to any time that you'll be seeing us. Please stay blessed. Don't forget to vote for Sharon. Uniting voices, creating change, knowledge and skills for service for God and my country.
Thanks, candidate. Dear students of Kyambogo University, we have been suppressed, oppressed, and marginalized, and it is time for us to fight for what belongs to us. A vote for Edigu Gregory Michael on the 8th of May is a vote for yourself and for the entire student fraternity of Kyambogo University. And to my fellow aspirants, on the 8th of May, you'll receive an e-ballot. There will be a name, Michael. Kindly click on that name. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, viewers and students of Kyambogo University. We wish to reaffirm our stand by telling you that we are a people that are not moved by power, we are a people that are not moved by money, and we are a people that are not moved by influence, but rather a people that have come to serve a people that are organized. And if God wills, on the 8th of May, we shall start our noble cause of sanitizing the system under the chief sanitizer as Agawa Edward. But just in case God doesn't will, I want to request my fellow candidates. I know if God doesn't will Agawa Edward to be the next guild president, one of us shall please serve the interests of the common students. Thank you so much. Have a blessed night.
Well, and there you have it. From Louis Vuitton stockings to elegant suits and all the outfits here, we are here to tell you that Kyambogo University will next week decide who will be their guild president. And out of these 6 candidates, Betty, the students will be able to vote.
And the students, thank you so much for joining us this evening. There you have it. The decision now rests on you as students of Kyambogo to choose your next leader wisely. They were here for 2 hours. You had a chance to listen to what you haven't listened to. You had a chance to listen to their manifestos broken down. Their manifestos have been broken down this evening. And if you missed out on any detail, today was your chance to decide who your next guild president will be.
And well, we can't thank you enough for being part of this particular broadcast from wherever you've been catching us from. That is from the university students and to you, our loyal viewers. 20 years of NTV and education is part of it.
Also, I would like to thank the Kyambogo administration for enabling the students to be able to come to this place and choose their next leader. Very important to note, the Electoral Commission in Kyambogo yesterday said firmly that they're going to ensure a free and fair election. We hope this comes to pass in order to have a peaceful Kyambogo. Remember, these are the next leaders, the next generation of this country. Thank you so much for joining us. If you missed out on any of the conversation today, follow us on different social media platforms. You can catch this later on our website. Most importantly, would like to know who are these candidates once again, one more time.
Well,
First, a third-year student of civil education student, bringing forward innovation and practical solutions. Senawulya Adrian, driven by the vision, revolution of solutions. Finally, a First, a third-year student of civil and building engineering, driven by reform and structural excellence. Agaba Edward, whose vision is captured in the words, sanitizing the system. Next, a second-year student of human nutrition and dietetics, committed to representation and student empowerment. Edigu Gregory Michael, standing on a vision of power back to the students. Now, a second-year student of Geographical and Earth Observation Systems, focused on unity and collective progress. Nuahereza Sharon, guided by the message, uniting voices, creating change. Next, a second-year Bachelor of Arts with Education student, advocating for awareness and open dialogue. Okelo James, with a call to break the silence. Next, a second-year Bachelor of Arts with Education student, bringing forward innovation and practical solutions. Senawulya Adrian, driven by the vision, revolution of solutions. Finally, a second-year student of Biological Sciences with Education, standing for inclusivity and shared leadership. Ibanda Faika, whose message is clear: nothing about Kyambogo without us. First, a third-year student of civil and building engineering, driven by reform and structural excellence. Agaba Edward, whose vision is captured in the words, sanitizing the system. Next, a second-year student of human nutrition and dietetics, committed to representation and student empowerment. Edigu Gregory Michael, standing on a vision of power back to the students. Now, a second-year student of Geographical and Earth Observation Systems, focused on unity and collective progress. Nuahereza Sharon, guided by the message, uniting voices, creating change. Next, a second-year Bachelor of Arts with Education student, advocating for awareness and open dialogue. Okelo James, with a call to break the silence. Next, a second-year Bachelor of Arts with Education student, bringing forward innovation and practical solutions. Senawulya Adrian, driven by the vision, revolution of solutions. Finally, a second-year student of Biological Sciences with Education, standing for inclusivity and shared leadership. Ibanda Faika, whose message is clear: nothing about Kyambogo without us.
Visions and solutions. The Kyambogo University Guildbait 2026. Watch your future leaders as they tackle matters that matter the most. Who deserves your vote? Who has you at heart? Who has the vision and the plan? Don't miss on the 1st of May 2026 from 10 p.m. to midnight. Live on NTV, on Kyambogo University YouTube channel and social media handles, or follow the conversation with the hashtag Kyambogo Guild Debate 26. Your voice, your future, your decision. Kyambogo University Presidential Election Debate 2026. Watch and decide. Kyambogo University, knowledge and skills for service. Kyambogo University, get ready for the ultimate showdown of ideas, visions and solutions. The Kyambogo University Guild Debate 2026. Watch your future leaders as they tackle matters that matter the most. Who deserves your vote? Who has you at heart? Who has the vision and the plan? Don't miss on the 1st of May 2026 from 10 p.m. to midnight. Live on NTV, on Kyambogo University YouTube channel and social media handles, or follow the conversation with the hashtag Kyambogo Guild Debate 26. Your voice, your future, your decision. Kyambogo University Presidential Election Debate 2026. Watch and decide. Kyambogo University, knowledge and skills for service. Kyambogo University, get ready for the ultimate showdown of ideas, visions and solutions. The Kyambogo University Guild Debate 2026. Watch your future leaders as they tackle matters that matter the most. Who deserves your vote? Who has you at heart? Who has the vision and the plan? Don't miss on the 1st of May 2026 from 10 p.m. to midnight. Live on NTV, on Kyambogo University YouTube channel and social media handles, or follow the conversation with the hashtag Kyambogo Guild Debate 26. Your voice, your future, your decision. Kyambogo University Presidential Election Debate 2026. Watch and decide. Kyambogo University, knowledge and skills for service. Kyambogo University, get ready for the ultimate showdown of ideas, visions and solutions. The Kyambogo University Guild Debate 2026. Watch your future leaders as they tackle matters that matter the most. Who deserves your vote? Who has you at heart? Who has the vision and the plan? Don't miss on the 1st of May 2026 from 10 p.m. to midnight. Live on NTV, on Kyambogo University YouTube channel and social media handles, or follow the conversation with the hashtag Kyambogo Guild Debate 26. Your voice, your future, your decision. Kyambogo University Presidential Election Debate 2026. Watch and decide. Kyambogo University, knowledge and skills for service. Kyambogo University, get ready for the ultimate showdown of ideas, visions and solutions. The Kyambogo University Guild Debate 2026. Watch your future leaders as they tackle matters that matter the most. Who deserves your vote? Who has you at heart? Who has the vision and the plan? Don't miss on the 1st of May 2026 from 10 p.m. to midnight. Live on NTV, on Kyambogo University YouTube channel and social media handles, or follow the hashtag Kyambogo Guild Debate 26. Your voice, your future, your decision. Kyambogo University Presidential Election Debate 2026. Watch and decide. Kyambogo University, knowledge and skills for service. Kyambogo University, get ready for the ultimate showdown of ideas, visions and solutions. The Kyambogo University Guild Debate 2026. Watch your future leaders as they tackle matters that matter the most. Who deserves your vote? Who has you at heart? Who has the vision and the plan? Don't miss on the 1st of May 2026 from 10 p.m. to midnight. Live on NTV, on Kyambogo University YouTube channel and social media handles, or follow the conversation with the hashtag Kyambogo Guild Debate 26. Your voice, your future, your decision. Kyambogo University Presidential Election Debate 2026. Watch and decide. Kyambogo University, knowledge and skills for service. University, get ready for the ultimate showdown of ideas, visions and solutions. The Kyambogo University Guild Debate 2026. Watch your future leaders as they tackle matters that matter the most. Who deserves your vote? Who has you at heart? Who has the vision and the plan? Don't miss on the 1st of May 2026 from 10 p.m. to midnight. Live on NTV, on Kyambogo University YouTube channel and social media handles, or follow the conversation with the hashtag Kyambogo Guild Debate 26. Your voice, your future, your decision. Kyambogo University Presidential Election Debate 2026. Watch and decide. Kyambogo University. Knowledge and skills for service. Kyambogo University. Get ready for the ultimate showdown of ideas, visions and solutions. The Kyambogo University Guild Debate 2026. Watch your future leaders as they tackle matters that matter the most. Who deserves your vote? Who has you at heart? Who has the vision and the plan? Don't miss on the 1st of May 2026 from 10 p.m. to midnight. Live on NTV, on Kyambogo University YouTube channel and social media handles, or follow the conversation with the hashtag Kyambogo Guild Debate 26. Your voice, your future, your decision. Kyambogo University Presidential Election Debate 2026. Watch and decide. Kyambogo University. Knowledge and skills for service. Kyambogo University. Get ready for the ultimate showdown of ideas, visions and solutions. The Kyambogo University Guild Debate 2026. Watch your future leaders as they tackle matters that matter the most. Who deserves your vote? Who has you at heart? Who has the vision and the plan? Don't miss on the 1st of May 2026 from 10 p.m. to midnight. Live on NTV, on Kyambogo University YouTube channel and social media handles, or follow the conversation with the hashtag Kyambogo Guild Debate 26. Your voice, your future, your decision. Kyambogo University Presidential Election Debate 2026. Watch and decide. Kyambogo University. Knowledge and skills for service. Kyambogo University. Get ready for the ultimate showdown of ideas, visions and solutions. The Kyambogo University Guild Debate 2026. Watch your future leaders as they tackle matters that matter the most. Who deserves your vote? Who has you at heart? Who has the vision and the plan? Don't miss on the 1st of May 2026 from 10 p.m. to midnight. Live on NTV, on Kyambogo University YouTube channel and social media handles, or follow the conversation with the hashtag Kyambogo Guild Debate 26. Your voice, your future, your decision. Kyambogo University Presidential Election Debate 2026. Watch and decide. Kyambogo University. Knowledge and skills for service.
Kyambogo University is in the final
Kyambogo
stretch
University.
of a heated campaign.
Get ready for the
intensify their appeal to voters ahead of the May 8th elections to usher in the 22nd Guild leadership. Today, Guild presidential hopefuls took to an open rally to present their manifestos, each making a final pitch to the student body on why they are the most suitable choice to lead in the next term of office. The spotlight in this year's election has shifted to the e-voting system, which has been largely embraced, through which students will cast their ballots via the university's online students portal, a significant departure from the traditional voting process. Bridget Mugume, the Dean of Students at Kyambogo University, says this is aimed at improving credibility and participation, noting that the system has been designed with safeguards to ensure all eligible students can vote securely.
Kyambogo University is moving from ballot voting to e-voting because there were numerous complaints concerning the ballot voting. It brought in a lot of congestion, students would fight, the voter turnout was not good, and out of the several reports made in different forums of the University Council tasked management to take on the e-voting because of its many advantages.
Mugume says earlier attempts to introduce e-voting were unsuccessful, adding that the current system is uniquely designed to operate through each student's personal portal, which is why IT administrators have encouraged students to renew and strengthen their passwords for improved security.
The system is secure in that we've been using it, for example, to collect fees. The same system, we are just adding a module for e-voting. So it's very secure. On that day, students just need to make sure that they are ready to vote by having their biodata updated, because without your access to your phone, the system can't send you a code. And it's one phone, one vote.
As the Dean of Students, we have worked with the IT team to make sure that every registered student of Kyambogo University will be able to vote using the wide area network.
Mogume has also addressed concerns that have raised, particularly around transparency and potential system glitches.
We have thought about our students who don't have smartphones, and we have designated voting areas. We have 3 well-furnished computer labs where they'll be able to walk in, access their student portal, vote, and leave.
Ahead of the election, the university administration has also put in place measures to cater for students with disabilities.
Me, I'm having my guide who was well trained about that, and he's the one who is going to help me.
We are not assigned like how many students you are supposed to guide, but everyone you find that is unable to vote or unable to access the system, you help that person.
Brian Atime, the Electoral Commission chairperson at Kyambogo University, has urged students to turn up in large numbers and reiterated the Commission's commitment to delivering a free and fair election.
I want to encourage students to vote massively. They should activate their portals. They should put the correct phone number, put the correct email so that the code can be sent and they vote from their places of convenience.
The moment you tick your candidate, the tally center knows so and so has 2. If they are 3, 3. If they are 5, 5. There's no business of waiting up to 4 to count. It will be automatic.
Many students have largely commended the e-voting process, describing it as flexible and convenient for the entire student body as they eagerly await the opportunity to elect their next leader.
It avoids congestion. You know, students are rowdy. When they now vote, they are able to do it independently, and also caters for students with disabilities.
It is very convenient for the students of Kyambogo. For example, I have many friends who do not have the ability to move from the faculty to the hall of residence voting different people. But in the comfort of our rooms, we are able to participate fully.
Kyambogo University students will head to the polls on May 8th to elect their next guild president. 6 candidates are contesting for the top office, and these include Edward Agaba, Gregory Michael Edigu, Sharon Wahereza, James Okello, Adrian Senabulia, and Faika Ivanda. Betty Mudondo, NTV.
Running breaks your joints. Tai Chi builds them back. After 50, you need that.